Welcome back to Dream Harbor, traveler. Tonight, I would like to tell you a story called The Railway Depot of the Rainy Season. At the edge of a broad valley, where silver grasses leaned gently beneath drifting clouds, there stood a small railway depot with a roof of weathered wood and long windows that gathered the soft light of morning. During the rainy season, mist often rested around its platform like a quiet shawl, and every passing train seemed to arrive from a world made entirely of clouds. I remember this depot well, not because anything remarkable happened there, but because it knew how to welcome the rain. The depot stood beside a single railway line that curved slowly through fields and low hills. Travelers came and went throughout the year, though never in great numbers. Some carried baskets, some carried letters, some carried nothing more than a favorite coat and an unhurried destination. The trains themselves moved at a comfortable pace. No one rushed them. No one expected them to hurry. And during the rainy season, when soft showers visited almost every afternoon, the depot became the heart of a small tradition that everyone in the valley quietly loved. Each year, on the first week of the rainy season, the people gathered to prepare the station for the months of mist and gentle weather ahead. Not because they needed to, but because they enjoyed it. The depot was treated almost like an old friend. Its benches were polished. Its windows were cleaned. The wooden signs were carefully repainted. The flower boxes beneath the eaves were refreshed with new blossoms that enjoyed cool weather and frequent rain. Children helped where they could. Elders offered advice. Neighbors brought warm drinks. Even visitors sometimes joined in. The work was never difficult. The pleasure came from doing it together. By the time the first afternoon shower arrived, the depot always seemed to settle into the season with quiet contentment. Among those who cared for the station was a railway caretaker named Elias. Elias was not the owner of the depot, nor was he the manager. In truth, nobody thought much about titles there. He simply loved the place. Each morning, before the first train appeared, he walked slowly along the platform carrying a lantern, even when daylight had already arrived. The lantern was not needed. It had simply become part of his routine, a familiar companion, something pleasant to hold while greeting the day. He checked the benches. He opened the windows. He listened to the distant sounds of birds hidden in wet grasses. And then he waited. Waiting at that depot was never considered wasted time. The valley understood something many places forget. Waiting can be peaceful when there is nothing else you need to be doing. The first train usually arrived through the mist. Its distant whistle drifted softly across the fields. Then came the gentle hum of wheels. Then the appearance of warm lights emerging from pale gray clouds. Passengers stepped down. Others stepped aboard. A few exchanged greetings. A few simply smiled. And soon the train continued along its journey, disappearing into the rain-bright landscape beyond. Then quiet returned. The depot was very good at quiet. In fact, many people visited without any intention of traveling at all. Some came to read. Some came to sketch. Some came to watch the weather. A few simply sat beneath the shelter of the roof and listened to rain tapping softly overhead. The station never seemed to mind. Its purpose was larger than trains. It offered a place where people could pause. And sometimes a pause is exactly what a day requires. As the rainy season deepened, the valley grew greener. Grass spread across hillsides. Wildflowers appeared beside the tracks. Tiny streams formed in places that had been dry only weeks before. The depot watched these changes with patient attention. Its windows reflected shifting clouds. Its roof collected gentle rainfall. Its wooden beams carried the scent of fresh weather. Every season suited the station, but rain suited it especially well. There was another tradition that belonged only to the rainy months. Each afternoon, shortly before the arrival of the third train of the day, ribbons were hung beneath the roofline. The ribbons came in soft colors: blue, cream, silver, pale green. Nothing bright, nothing loud. The colors were chosen to resemble mist, clouds, distant hills, and rain-washed leaves. No one remembered exactly when the tradition began. Perhaps it had existed for generations. Perhaps it had simply appeared one year and quietly remained. The reason hardly mattered. The ribbons fluttered gently whenever a train arrived. Travelers loved seeing them. Children loved hanging them. And the station seemed somehow happier when they danced in the breeze. One afternoon, a letter arrived from Melody Fields. Such letters occasionally found their way to the valley. The envelope carried a simple drawing of wildflowers and musical notes drifting among tall grasses. Inside was a short message from the songkeeper. The songkeeper had written about a melody that had become popular throughout the meadows during the rainy months. It was not a performance piece, just a simple tune people hummed while watching rain gather on window panes. The letter included the notes. Nothing more. The people of the valley placed the letter inside the waiting room near the ticket window. Soon visitors began humming the melody while sitting beneath the depot roof. No one formally learned it. No one practiced. The tune simply spread. A few notes here, a few notes there. Soon it seemed to belong to the station as much as to Melody Fields. And on rainy afternoons, when mist drifted low across the platform, the melody floated softly through the air like another part of the weather. The depot liked songs. Not grand songs. Not energetic songs. Just gentle melodies that felt comfortable beside rain. Weeks passed. Then more weeks. The season settled into its familiar rhythm. Morning mist. Quiet trains. Soft showers. Polished benches. Fluttering ribbons. Neighbors sharing conversations that wandered nowhere in particular. Everything moved slowly. And because everything moved slowly, people noticed things. They noticed how rain sounded different on wood than on glass. They noticed how certain flowers closed before storms arrived. They noticed which birds preferred shelter beneath the station roof. They noticed the way clouds sometimes caught golden evening light and seemed to glow from within. The depot encouraged observation, not by asking, simply by existing. One evening, after a gentle shower, Elias remained on the platform long after the final train had departed. The rails reflected fading sunlight. Water rested in small pools beside the tracks. The valley was quiet. He sat on a bench and listened, not for anything specific, just listened. A distant bird, a dripping roof edge, the whisper of wind through wet grass. These sounds felt complete. Nothing needed adding. Nothing needed changing. The depot understood this feeling well. Many people experienced it there. The feeling that a moment could be enough exactly as it was. As summer rain continued, the station became known for another small custom. Travelers leaving the valley were invited to write a brief weather memory before boarding. The memories were collected in a large book kept beside the ticket window. The entries were short, very short. A favorite rainfall, a foggy morning, the scent of wet earth, the sound of rain on a train roof, a cloud formation remembered from childhood. Page after page filled with simple observations. Years passed. The book grew thicker. Then another book appeared. Then another. Visitors often spent time reading old entries. Many smiled. Some laughed quietly. Others closed the books and sat for a while, remembering their own rainy days. No one considered the collection important. Yet everyone would have been sad if it disappeared. Certain things become valuable simply because they hold gentle memories. The depot held many. During the middle of the season, rain sometimes arrived before dawn. Those mornings were especially beautiful. Mist rested across the valley floor. The hills seemed to float above white clouds. The railway line vanished into brightness and silence. Elias would arrive carrying his lantern. The station windows glowed warmly. And for a little while, before the first train appeared, the entire world seemed suspended between sleeping and waking. Travelers who arrived early often spoke in softer voices. Perhaps the weather encouraged it, or perhaps the mist itself asked for quiet. Either way, the depot welcomed these peaceful mornings. It welcomed every version of the day. Rainy, clear, foggy, golden, gray. Each carried its own gentle charm. One afternoon, children created paper raindrops and hung them beside the ribbons. The decorations moved lightly in passing breezes. Soon sunlight caught them. Tiny reflections danced across the station walls. Passengers noticed. They smiled. Some asked who had made them. The children waved proudly from nearby benches. The decorations remained for the rest of the season. Every year afterward, more appeared. Traditions often begin this way, not through planning, not through announcements, simply through small acts of affection. The valley possessed many such traditions. None felt official. All felt beloved. As the rainy months continued, the depot became almost a living calendar. People measured the season through its changes. The first ribbons, the first letter from Melody Fields, the first afternoon humming of the songkeeper's melody, the first appearance of paper raindrops, the first morning when mist lingered until noon, the first evening when swallows gathered beneath the roof before returning to their nests. Each moment quietly marked the passage of time. And because the changes arrived gently, no one felt hurried by them. The season unfolded like a long conversation. There was always time for another page, another cup of tea, another train, another rainfall, another peaceful afternoon. One year blended into another, then another. The depot remained. Its paint changed occasionally. Its roof received repairs. Flowers came and went. Caretakers grew older. Children grew taller. Visitors returned with stories from distant places. Yet the spirit of the station never altered. It continued welcoming rain. It continued welcoming people. It continued offering a place where time seemed softer than elsewhere. Eventually, even travelers who had never visited before sensed it. They stepped from trains and immediately relaxed. Shoulders lowered. Breathing slowed. Voices softened. Some places possess this gift, not because they are grand, not because they are famous, simply because they have practiced hospitality for so long. The depot practiced it every day. As evening approached, lights glowed behind rain-speckled windows. Benches waited patiently. Ribbons moved gently beneath the eaves. The weather memory books rested on their shelf, and the valley settled into quiet. The years continued their slow procession. Rainy season after rainy season arrived, each familiar, each slightly different. Some brought more mist. Some brought longer evenings. Some carried particularly beautiful wildflowers along the tracks. The depot welcomed them all. Nothing was compared. Nothing was judged. Every season received equal kindness. And perhaps that was part of its wisdom. Acceptance can be a very peaceful thing. Eventually, when people remembered the valley, they often remembered the station first. Not because it was the largest building, not because it was the busiest, but because so many small moments had gathered there. Moments of arrival, moments of departure, moments of waiting, moments of listening to rain, moments of doing absolutely nothing at all. The older the depot became, the more these moments seemed to settle into its wooden beams, as though the building itself remembered, and perhaps it did. Tonight, as we sit together beside the gentle waters of Dream Harbor, I like to imagine that railway depot resting quietly beneath another rainy sky. The platform is calm. The windows glow softly. Mist drifts across distant fields. A train passes through the valley without hurry. Its lights shine warmly for a few moments before disappearing into silver rain. The ribbons move gently. The paper raindrops sway. Somewhere, perhaps, someone is humming the melody that first arrived from melody fields so long ago. Nothing needs attention. Nothing needs solving. Nothing needs completing. The season knows what it is doing. The rain knows where to fall. The trains know their way through the valley. And the old depot knows how to wait. The platform grows quieter now. The clouds soften. The rails reflect only moonlight and mist. The benches rest beneath the sheltering roof. The weather memory books remain closed for the night. The lantern near the window glows steadily, warmly, patiently. Far away, the last gentle sounds of the day fade into stillness. The valley settles. The rain settles. Even the wind seems content to rest. And as the image grows softer, the railway depot begins to drift gently into the distance, becoming part of the dreaming world from which it came. The mist grows lighter. The platform grows quieter. The season itself seems to exhale. And now, traveler, the harbor lights of Dream Harbor appear once more across calm water. They have been waiting for you. They are always waiting for you. The tide moves softly against the shore. The lanterns glow along familiar docks. The night is peaceful. The harbor remembers every traveler who arrives, even those who forget their dreams by morning. I remain here beside the water, watching the gentle lights, keeping stories safe until they are needed again. And for tonight, the story can rest. The rainy valley can rest. The old railway depot can rest. And you can rest too. May your thoughts grow lighter. May your breathing become slow and easy. May sleep arrive as gently as mist over quiet tracks. Good night, traveler. Good night from Dream Harbor. And good night from the Sleep Lantern.